In this video, we are going to concentrate on the dimensioning for the location and size of the holes of object number 6 on the orthographic drawing problems. Here. First, I'm going to lay out the location for the 3/4 inch hole. I need to mark the distance that the hole center is from the end of the part. I had marked the 1/2 inch distance away from my part when I drew this 1/2 inch dimension. I'm going to continue that across my part for this dimension of 7/8. Notice I'm doing it a little bit out of order from how I did it when I drew the dimensions here. I drew all the dimension lines first, and then the extension lines, and then the dimensions. In this case, I drew one of my extension lines, I drew the dimension lines, and now I'm putting the dimensions, then the arrows. It doesn't matter what order you put these things in necessarily, as long as they end up looking the same in the end. I'm going to mark out the height from the circle center. The block front, and while I'm here marking out a front to back dimension, I can notice that I don't have the width from the front to the back of the object in my side or my top view. I could add that in right here if I wanted to. I think I will. It looks like this extension line that I drew is a little bit too long. So using my eraser shield, I can erase a portion of that so it's not in the way. I'm lining my triangle up on my dimension from the lower level, so I know that this is the 1/4 inch distance from my first dimension. Draw my dimension lines with arrows. And then I can write the dimension, and this was 1 3/4 inches front to back. If I don't remember, I can look back at my part and I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1/4 inch spaces equaling 1 3/4 inches. 1 3/4 inch. Last thing I have to do for this 3/4 inch hole is to identify its diameter. I'm going to use the smaller triangle. I'm going to point the triangle at the center. I'm going to draw a line, a leader, away from the circle. My arrow will touch the circle edge, pointing to the center point. I want to put a transition at least a 1/2 inch away from my part on the leader. And I can mark the diameter of that particular hole. I'm going to do the same for the 1/2 inch hole in my side view. I need to mark its height and the distance in it is from the part. I also need to mark out the depth of this notch, which I'll do in my top view, probably on this left side. In the next video, we'll show you the finished drawing with all of the dimensions, and we'll talk about some of these key features.